Hey y'all, Shark Scrapper. Well, what do you say we dig into this Razor thing? Razor mobility system here. This looks like it was probably pretty fun. You know, you stand on it and if you lean forward, it goes forward and backward and stuff. So anyway, come on, let's dive in, see what we can get out of this thing. Boy, howdy, I tell you what, it is hot, hot, hot.
Stick around to the end of the video to see who showed up at the shark cage. Yes, we have visitors.
This looks like it wants to come out somehow. There we go. There's a little battery. Lithium ion. So that's a lithium ion battery pack. That one apparently doesn't want to play. That tends to be a problem sometimes when I get stuff. It just doesn't want to play anymore. It's done. It's done playing. Alright, so we got a plastic shell out of the way, and we got some wire. Get rid of that. We have a little circuit board here. Board isn't much to speak of. Alright, so there's a bunch of wire. Let's get this board off of here. Alright, so, yeah, not much there. Aluminum heatsink. Bunch of MOSFETs there. There's some little tiny MLCCs and some circuit, some flat packs, some ICs. But this card is also heavily laminated. So I'm just chucking this whole thing in to the mid-grade. Oh, let's see. This frame is aluminum, and we've got some large Allens that are holding this axle for that wheel in place. I'm guessing that's the motor.
You'd be guessing wrong, Shark Scrapper. I don't know if any of you have taken these apart yet. This was the first time I ever took one apart. So I'll be interested in the comments below if you all know where the motors are. There's two motors, and they're not right where I thought they were.
Same two screws were giving me a hard time on the last side. There was a little charging port there, but I'm not going to mess with trying to pull that out. Another little circuit card on this side. Well, that was a cool breeze. Much appreciated on a hot day like today, I tell you what. All right. Now, let me get that board off of there. 4 little screws. And again, I'm just going to chuck that in with the mids. When they're heavily laminated like that, they're really, you know, it's rough on the shredder. Just don't feel right trying to push the value of that one. All right, now wire, trash. We got a whole bunch of screws laying around here. Some dirt. Let's see now. I see one of the problems they had with this one, it sucked up a plastic bag. That had it jammed up. I bet you that's why they got rid of this thing. All right then. So we have aluminum frame, and I don't know where the motors, I guess the motors are there.
That would be yet another wrong guess, Sharky. I did find the motors, by the way, so, you know, I'm just curious if you all figured out where the motors are yet.
Fortunately, I had the right size Allen key. See if gravity will help. There we go. It's always fun to let gravity do some of the work for you when you can.
I know that most of you understand this, but if you're new to the world of scrapping and dismantling things, something you want to think about. Whenever you have more than one nut, bolt, screw, whatever that's tightening down on something, loosen all of them first before you take any of them all the way out. Otherwise, what you risk is that the load transfers to the ones that you haven't loosened up, then you can't get them going. It just works better if you loosen all of them first and then go around and start taking them out.
We'll hold that together. That'll take off some of the pressure and let that turn easier. There we go. All right, so we know that the bolts are ferrous. You're ferrous. This is a nice big chunk of aluminum. Yep, so it's a nice chunk of aluminum. Now, what's going on with this wheel? It's got a bunch of screws here. Let's see if they want to play. Not nicely. Yeah, they don't want to, they are really jammed in there. That's probably aluminum too, I bet. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna, what I'm guessing is going on here is that this tread is sandwiched into these aluminum like hubs and screwed down to keep everything tightly together. Because that, oh, correction. Those are the motors. The motor is in there and in there. I thought the motor was here, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm realizing that that's not a motor. There's no motor there. And this, I can feel that it, like it feels like it's a motor turning in there. So that's going to be the motor. So I probably want to try to get into that if I can. The question is going to be how to get in there, because those screws, boy, they do not want to play.
It turns out I did not need to take them apart to sell them with the copper bearing motors. I did cut off the rubber tread. I just took my Sawzall, put a cut on one side, a cut on the other side, came right off, no big deal. And then I just threw them in with my copper bearing motor bucket, and the yard was more than happy to take them.
Yeah, they really do not want to play. All right, well. All right. We'll see if those screws want to play any nicer. There's two little retaining pins there that need to come out in order to get the rest of the ferrous material out of that one. All right, so that's 1.38 pounds of cast aluminum. Now, assuming I can get this little bit of ferrous off of here, that means we're going to have 2.8-ish pounds of cast aluminum. Otherwise, this is breakage. Cast aluminum, 55 cents a pound right now, something like that. So, yeah, not worth the time spent taking this thing apart. And those motors, I don't know if the yard will take them as motors. If they will, great, because that's 40 cents a pound. And those are pretty heavy, so we'll see what they say about that. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm glad I took it apart, but we're not doing this anymore. This one is a thumbs down. Thumbs down scrap.
Before I
All right, everybody. It's a very weird thing when you walk in the shark cage and there's people working on your frickin' scrap.
I'm not working, but I will.
Hey, y'all, there's Silver Scrapper. Say hey, man.
Hey.
Silver Scorpion, not Silver Scrapper.
Scrapping Scorpion, Scrapping channel.
Scrapping Scorpion, Silver Scrapping Scorpion.
Something like that. Don't forget the metal one.
And then from Florida, part of the Florida boys.
Heck yeah.
So we're just hanging out, not chilling because it's too damn hot to be chilling.
You ain't kidding when you said it gets hot in the cage.
And I'm just being a lazy schmuck and letting Silver Scorpion do the...
Come down here and let you supervise today.
Yeah. So we'll just let y'all hang out and watch Scorpion. I'm going to go get a drink.
You got something that's not e-weight that I can break apart for you? Something that works good on the tailgate? You can't go wrong with the mobile tailgate.
That's right.
Yeah, I still use them. I frequently break stuff. Well, as you saw.
Hard to level. It's even better when it's in the back of the truck. You just slide forward.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
You
What
cut
you got
these
there?
here, or?
So the power supplies, we take cable cutters.
Those are the ones I was telling you about, right? I mean, so grab the Scorpion.
You cut those, and then the wire goes in there, and the power supply goes in there.
Simple.
I tend to just toss them under my table and I get around to them later.
Yeah, the thumb, there you go. And those are going to be old enough to go down in there with the rest of those. See, I know where everything
Yeah,
is,
that's the
but
catch. Yeah.
he doesn't know where all my bins are. I could do it with my eyes closed because I just do it all the time. So,
I know where all mine are. So.
yeah.
You got a good label. You got a good labeling going down. But yeah, once you know where everything is, you don't need to look at it. You just know. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
It was
There you
a
go.
lot of fun having Gulf Coast ACR Scrapper and Silver Scorpion, Silver Scrapper down. We had a blast. We took some stuff apart. We talked about scrap. It was just a good time. So I really appreciated having them drop by and spend some time with me. If you all ever head to Northeast Florida, give me a holler. I'm more than happy to have folks drop in, especially if they're going to help me break down the scrap. I want to give a big mahalo to Jan Reichelderfer. She just sent me a check for $100 to donate to the Shark Scrapper Shark Adoption Project, 2 for 22. And Monica Wells dropped a 50. Thank you, Monica. If you want to join all the donors for the Shark Scrapper Shark Adoption Project, we've got a lot of ways to do it. You can join the Patreon page at patreon.com/Shark Scrapper. You can donate through PayPal at paypal.me/Shark Scrapper. Or you can just send me a good old-fashioned check to the address that's on the About page. I look forward to adding your name or adding more money to your contribution to the Shark Scrapper Shark Adoption Project 2 for 22 campaign. All right, everybody, have a great day. There's links here taking you to more scrapping videos, so we'll see you on the next one.